We're very happy to meet you all today to go through the IPAL details. As you can tell from this very beautiful screen, that on the left side is the Keller Center in Chicago, which is the academic home of the Harris School of Public Policy. And on the right side is the beautiful sunset picture from Peking University in Beijing, China. Before we dive into the program details, I just want to give you a quick overview of who I am. My name is Lingyang. I graduated from Harris last summer, and now I'm a staff member at Harris. Before joining Harris, I had over 10 years of work experience in China, mostly in the nonprofit sector. So most of you might be curious about or interested in the IPAL, which is one of our credential programs. What's a credential program and what are the key benefits of credential programs? Credential programs are short-term non-degree programs, which can give you the opportunity to explore one specific field and see if it's an area you would like to pursue, like the applied econometrics and the programming instead of IPAL. Credential programs can also strengthen your resume for career advancement of or like graduate school application by equipping you a new skill set and to connect you with a global cohort of peers at the PKU and UChicago community. We have run the IPAL for 4 years and the credential programs for 6 years. So we already have more than 1,100 alumni across the globe with a pretty high satisfaction rate. And also, some students did join Harris as a degree students after this credential program experience. So for this year, IPAL is one of the 3 programs under the PKU-UChicago 2023 Summer School, and the other 2 programs are Monetary Policy and International Finance Credential Program, MPIF, and Environmental Economics and Policy Lab, EEPL. All the 3 programs will be delivered in person at the PKU campus in Beijing, China. And in addition to the rigorous interactive academic training from PKU and UChicago faculty, each program offers policy capstone projects, field trips to leading industry organizations, and a certification of completion to showcase your academic skills if you successfully finish the program. This is an overview of those 3 programs. You can see from the table that IPAL starts at July 17 and will last for 4 weeks with approximately 20 to 25 hours of engagement per week. I would say the engagement time is really depending on your own levels of academic backgrounds, since in addition to the lectures with faculty members, you can also customize your learning journey by leveraging the TA Ops hours and group projects supervised by faculty. And the program fee for this year of IPAL is $3,600. So let me share a little bit more about what's this IPAL program like. This program is co-led by 2 faculty members, as you already know, Professor Qin from Peking University School of Economics and Professor Austin Wright from the UChicago Harris. The 2 very promising and I would say approachable faculty members dedicated their time to develop this program together. So we have a pretty robust and, like Professor Qin said, very intensive curriculum. For IPAL, you will in total have 3 instructors. In addition to Professor Qin and Professor Wright, you will also get instructed by Yanran Chen, who is a PhD student of Professor Qin and a joint PhD student from Yale University. And now she also works at School of Economics, Capital University of Economics and Business. In terms of the courses, there are 3 required courses as part of the IPAL program. The first one is, as we already know, the applied econometrics taught by Professor Qin. And it really helps you to understand the econometrics modeling tools in the economic research. And then you will learn programming in Stata, which is taught by Yanran. Stata, I would say, is still probably the #1 used software, especially for the big international organizations and think tanks, such as the World Bank and Brookings. And you will have the opportunity to deep dive into this state course. So The first two courses compose our first 2 weeks, which is 10 days of teaching. And you will use those tools in the following Capstone Project. So you have the theoretical understanding of how you can use the statistical model to do the research. And then the 3rd week of the program is taught by Professor Austin Wright with a Capstone Research Project, which is the application of using data to analyze the real-world dataset. And the faculty team will pick one capstone research topic for all the students, and you will work in groups to practice the skills together. Today, we had the mini class with Professor Qin, and in the following months, we will also have mini class with Professor Austin Wright. And the last week of the program is designed for field visits to international organizations to expand your career knowledge and industry network. And the last 3 days are for remote group works. Here, I want to give you a sense of those activities from the years before, like the Capstone Project of 2020 was mask mandates in the US during the COVID-19 pandemic. And last year, our students and faculty visited the AIIB, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. And this year, our PKU team members are working hard on planning the field trips, and you can expect visiting the AIIB as well, and one more leading international organizations. In addition to that, last year, we also hosted several community events like Zoom coffee chat, game night, breakout Zoom discussions, and Ask Me Anything sessions with our team. And this year, because of the in-person modality, we are also be able to plan more, like roundtable forums with industry experts and leading scholars, guest speaker lectures, and cultural trips in Beijing, China, of course. And here I listed some stories of our IPAL alumni from the previous years, but because of the time limit, I won't go deep here. And Zoe can drop the link of our alumni stories in the Zoom chat to give you a sense of like what the cohort looks like. Let's briefly talk about how the admissions work for us. So for all types of credential programs, the main motivation for us is to give candidates who are interested in one of those areas an opportunity to taste how a PKU or UChicago learning experience looks like. So it's a very easy process, I would say, and may take you only less than 1 hour to submit the application. And the application materials include your motivation statement, your academic transcript, and your resume. Unofficial transcripts are totally acceptable. And if you are from non-English speaking country, an English language proficiency requirement would be needed. And some students in the past asked us like which material you would prioritize. So from our understanding, we believe that students who have the best clear intention, why they would choose to do this program and how they can think about this program to be beneficial for their future academic or professional development. So basically, I would say the motivation statement is something we really look into. So we have 3 rounds of application deadlines. The early action round, which is coming up in less than 1 month, April 18. We encourage you to take the advantage of the April 18 deadline because you will have a 300 program fee discount if you apply by the early action round. And then you will hear from us by the end of April, and then you will confirm your enrollment by the early May. And that's also the round, especially if you need to enter China with a visa, that you will have time to apply for the visa. And if you need accommodation support, you can get into the Global Village dorm at PKU on campus. And this is a picture of the dorm and itself and the inside. And basically, you will have your individual room with shared living room and bathroom with 1 or 2 other students. And the room rate is per night, like in RMB 120 to 160, which is like less than 30 per night. Very affordable. And we have all the application deadlines and details online. So if you haven't dived into the IPAL website, please do so. And if you do use WeChat, make sure that you join our prospective students WeChat group. We will have more Q&A there. And you can also reach out to us and get a more customized or personalized answer and consultation with us. Any questions for now? We're sorry that we are a little bit late.